Welcome to the Savvy Producer. This is Jason Richter, and I'm here with Dameron Batson. We brought him on today to let him share his experiences in doing telesales, where he came from, and what his story is so far, and what his success has been in the first couple of weeks of doing this. Dameron, thanks for joining us, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So you just got into telesales a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, gave it a shot, and I don't think I'm ever going back.
Yeah. Well, you started off doing something else, didn't you? Final
Yeah,
expense.
started off with final expense door knocking back in 2018 when I first came into the industry.
Hmm.
Was attracted obviously by the money that you can make for your family and the impact that you can make. But yeah, I was in the field, door knocking, putting miles on my car pretty much every day for a while.
Gotcha. Well, let's back it up a little bit more too. You came from uh,
Gym membership
doing
sales.
gym membership. Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying
Yes,
that.
sir.
And
Yeah.
what brought you over to life insurance?
Yeah, well, I had been looking around for something at the time. I was kind of, I guess, in the mindset. I just had my first son. And so I was like, man, I have to do something to give him a better lifestyle. Same thing for my wife. And I was selling gym memberships. Guy came in, really nice guy. And the next day he was in a different car. And, the first day he came in like a Jaguar. The second day he comes in and the souped up Dodge Durango with the exhaust and everything, and then the next day he was back in the Jaguar. So I was like, okay, well, he didn't trade in the Jaguar for the Durango. He's got both.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. At least he's got one of the things I want, which is more money. What does he do? And so, he told me he did life insurance sales and was getting connected with advanced team partners at the time, and so. I said, man, well, let me try something like that out for sure.
Yeah, awesome. So you met Chris and Roger over at Advance Team, and they showed you how to do the final expense um, door knocking.
Sure.
And you did that for a little bit, and you had some things come up which kind of deterred
Yeah.
you from going that direction.
Yeah. So had very good success, I would say, in the beginning. I did like $50,000 in my first 3 months.
Mhm.
And so I said, man, like, this is really something I can sink my teeth into. That chargebacks get in my head. Wasn't managing my money correctly. It's the most money I'd ever made at that point. And bought like a new car, bought my wife a new car. I was paying off
Nice.
debt left and right. But let all that get in my head, and then I pretty much blew myself out of the business just because of money management issues. And you
Yeah.
know, was able to get back into it after a while, though, after learning that lesson.
Yeah. That's how it is. We make some money coming in this business and go through it pretty quick because it's you get some money, you want to spend it,
Exactly.
nice things, and that gives us that first vision when we first get into it, and then we learn that that same money can help us make more money by reinvesting in our
Exactly.
business. So
Exactly.
awesome. And you just started doing telesales 2 weeks ago. You
Right.
first. Um, I mean, how come you made that switch? I mean,
Well, when I got back into the industry in 2020, like I got reconnected with Roger. He was telling me, when I can remember it clear as day. We were on Main Street in Greenville. He said, "Man, we've got this guy. He's crushing it in mortgage protection. He's gonna do, like almost $500,000. You need to come check him out." And I was like, "Okay, well, yeah, I'm definitely down for that." And so it kind of, basically spun like a top in my head, kind of like Inception, and it wouldn't fall over until, I came and checked it out.
right?
And obviously that guy was you. And so I was supposed to come train with you. And then of course, family issues hit where, my daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. And so, that kind of pushed things back for us for a while.
Yikes! Sorry to hear that. Was that this past year?
Yeah. So back in 2020, yeah. And then treatment was finished up pretty much in July. But we had some time with her until about September of this year, and just kind of, I guess, it refocused things for me. I was still still obviously connected with life insurance at the time, still in the field, and nothing's wrong with that. But for me
Mhm.
personally, I wanted to be, in a position where I'm closer to my family. If I need to, to hop out the room or anything like that to go see them, check on them,
Yeah,
but also just be more efficient with my time. And I could see that in telesales. I just didn't know how to break into it.
gotcha. Yeah, and you have a young son. Is it
Yeah,
Landon? Is it
Landon.
Landon?
Yeah, he's 3.5.
Awesome.
So
You
I could
got
hear
a
him playing throughout the house all day.
right? Yeah, I heard him in the background there a minute ago.
Yes,
And,
sir.
yeah, that's awesome. And you have a wife, I believe. I
Yeah.
saw her too.
Yeah,
Nice.
Haley, we've been together for 8 years, married for five, and so she takes care of him, and I just try to take care of the bills best I can.
Yeah, it gives you a good purpose, to do this for your family and to really push hard. And
Absolutely,
as you're learning, there's a lot of money you can make in this business and there's a lot of opportunity too as well.
for sure.
Um, so, you know, when you started doing telesales, the you had mentioned something about the boot camp, which helped you out.
Yeah, the game changer boot camp. So that was really kind of the thing that said, I guess it kind of sparked, for me and Pierre, who was with me up there at the time. We were like, look, man, Jason makes this seem so simple, because you were talking about, the process. You were role playing with Roger at the
Mhm.
time, and you gave some suggestions on, how to break into the industry. You could pick up some age leads, which is, what we end up doing, and, slowly work your way into, a mail drop. But like you can definitely make some money in age leads. And so, me and Pierre were looking at each other like, dude, we gotta do this somehow. Like, we gotta figure it out. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah. And you said you all recorded it and would listen back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went back, watched the replay, and when you and Roger were going back and forth, whenever you would talk, we would pause it, type out what you had said, play it. All right, pause it, and literally made an outline.
Yeah, I'm always asking for reruns. That helps out. Because you don't usually,
Exactly.
can't always catch all that information up front. Off the first time going through it.
Right.
That's awesome. So you also, from what I understand, listened to Chris a little bit and watched his process, and Chris Ball over at Advance Team, and so he jumped on the phone at first with those leads that we were working, and
Mhm.
you saw what kind of success he had, and then you tried it out yourself.
That's correct. Yeah. So he was telling me he had taken the age leads and did, I think, like $7,500 part time, like over like the course of like 4 or 5 days.
I know he said it was like 24 hours or 25 hours, something like that.
Yeah, because obviously
Yeah,
he's doing his VP thing, and then he's doing this on the side. Plus, he's got a family, so super
yeah,
part time was able to put up those numbers.
yeah. And from what I understand, it was just a cell phone and a spreadsheet.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was it. That was it. And so I observed that, saw him set some appointments, and then heard him do one sales call, and that was all I needed to hear. Was just see that process throughout, and then we just took it to the races from there.
awesome. And then so your first 2 weeks doing it, what was your production?
Yeah, so in the first 2 weeks, I did a little shy of 22,000. I did like 21,000 and some change. Yeah, that was an eye opener for sure.
That's awesome. In your first 2 weeks of doing it,
Yes, sir.
wow. Were they new leads?
No, they were age leads. They were 3 to 12 months old.
3 to 12 months old.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
sir.
pretty nice when you can do grab some leads throughout the state. You don't have to be in one area, and
Right.
find a lot of missed opportunities from field agents.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
yeah. So did you get? It doesn't sound like you got ran over too much on those age leads. Sounds like you had pretty good
No.
success doing it.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
what was the most appointments you set in a day? If you just
So The first day, I set 17 of them, and so it was just like back to back to back, and I was like, this is crazy. There's a lot of people to help.
Yeah, that's awesome. So would you just set the appointments, or during your call blocks, or would you
Yeah, a
how
little
how,
bit of
how was the
both.
process? A little bit of both.
Yeah, my goal was just to set appointments, the first day, like you talk about, just to get that relationship going.
Hmm.
But I ran into, I want to say, three situations where, either everybody was present, if it was a husband and a wife, or if it was just, a single person that was looking for protection. It sounded like they had time, the way that they were talking to me, and kind of the information that they were giving me, already at that point. And so I would say something just like, hey, I got a little bit of time now, we can go ahead and take care of this for you, and ran into
Exactly.
some maps.
Yeah, seize the moment. If everyone's there, all the decision makers, go ahead and get done.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's great. And so you know, you would do both appointment setting and running appointments at the same time. And what were your call times like? Would you do it mostly in the morning or evening or afternoon?
So I'll be honest with you, the first couple of days I just been doing them, whenever I have time in between appointments. So that first day I just started at like 9 a.m. And I want to say I called until 8, but I was on an appointment that I was trying to set at the end of that, selling it actually, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been really, sun up to sundown for me and my goals. Not saying everybody has to do that.
Mhm.
My goals are to beat this guy right here, which is a hell of a job. But no, it's my goals are to do like 15 to 20,000 a week, and right now that requires that kind of work. But I mean, you can come into this thing and probably do 5, 7, $10,000. Just maybe appointment setting at a certain time of day. Maybe I would say maybe early mornings or evening is probably going to be the best time if you're keeping yourself in that window.
Awesome. So you're saying that you can come into this pretty much part time, but just make, I mean, from my experience, doing that evening time is crucial. A lot
Hmm.
of people we've seen, they'll come in the morning and just work until like 2 or 3 and call it a day. With telesales and reaching out to people for, especially for mortgage protection, that afternoon, evening, I've had the most success in those call times and when people are available after work.
Yeah,
So
I'll say
you
that's
probably,
that's definitely important.
yeah, awesome. So you have a team. You got some people coming in. You got
Yes,
Pierre,
sir.
and I think I met Tracy
Yeah,
as well.
yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yeah, so we
awesome.
got a couple guys coming in, and they're all learning the mortgage protection telesales side as well. They're very very excited about jumping in for both feet.
Yeah, Pierre. He told me the other day that he set 17 appointments in one day.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
that was like
just
his first week. I was like, he goes, he goes. I still have these direct mail final expense leads I got to run. And Chris and I were like, well, you should probably cancel your telesales appointments and go run those. He goes, no.
exactly. Yes,
we
sir.
were laughing. We were laughing. Um, awesome. So did the process seem pretty simple to you when you were doing your presentations and you got people on the phone?
Yeah, yeah, I would say very much so. And it's a much different feel from final expense. I don't know if some of you out there that are listening, if you've never done final expense, it takes a lot of core building, a lot of rapport with them, just to get them, to the point where they'll listen to you, or they'll let you kind of recommend something for them.
Uh-huh.
Whereas with mortgage protection, it's a very different type of clientele. They kind of know what they want. They know why they sent the card in and all that kind of stuff. And the rapport building, I should say, is very light. It's very natural. It just kind of comes throughout the process of the call. But you're really kind of starting off with, hey, why'd you send the card in? Okay, well, this is how we can solve it. Here's how we can do it. Very simple process.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's no reason to overcomplicate things. If you can keep it simple and make this duplicatable for other people and show them how to do it, that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
So, and we also have Dameron and I. We're doing a live call session, 2 to 3 times a week that people can jump in. Don't even have to be with our group. They can just listen in and see what we're doing and making phone calls and having failures, successes. I mean, I even have it to this day when I call people, but it's about getting on the phone and having the courage and to do this day in, day out, to be consistent and successful at it. Would you say the
Absolutely.
same, Dameron? Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it's all about just picking up the phone and making the dials. You're going to run into, like Jason was saying, especially, on the age leads, but even on the premiums, you're just going to run into folks that are like, hey, so-and-so called me once and, never followed up with me or never came to the appointment. And they're sitting there waiting, for somebody to come and serve them. And, why not you? All you have to do is just pick up the phone.
Yeah. I had a lady yesterday, everyone was listening. By the time I got finished, she was like, "Thank you for calling. I'm so glad you called." And
Yeah.
this lead was from like October of 2020. And so people, they say that people don't follow up with them, and there's a lot of opportunity that was missed, and people and families need to get covered. And they were hoping someone would have gave them the right information or information at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we want to do, is that we want to follow up with these families and give them as much, as many options to protect their family and let them know what they're approved for. And it's just about a numbers game. There's going to be a lot of people who are just, not interested, but what Dameron and I and Chris and everyone's doing is just trying to retire those leads as quick as possible and find those families that do need coverage and are waiting for a phone call.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so those live dial sessions are pretty nice to get a chance to share with your team, how I make phone calls, and then also how I can share with my team, how Dameron makes phone calls, and yeah, we're all working together in that live dial session every week.
Yeah, I think that it accelerates things. That's one of the really cool aspects of telesales is, if you're in the car, whatever you're selling, whether that's mortgage protection or final expense or whatever the case may be, if you're in the car, you can only train one person at a time pretty much. But with telesales and with Zoom, you could jump on there with 20 different people, and they're hearing, like you said, live calls, or they're getting live coaching. You might be like Jason might be coaching me, but everybody's hearing what he's saying. So it just accelerates the process for people.
Yeah. Yeah, we do a lot of that in our Slack channel. I ask people to, post a comment through video, and I'll respond to that comment through video in a group channel, so everyone gets a chance to listen. And we have a lot of resources. When people know that they do need some help, they can reach out. Dameron, he's on fire. He's got a team rolling, and you can reach out to him. You would give him your Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram is just my name. It's at Dameron Batson. Shoot me a DM, a like, or something like that. Any way I can help. I'm all about giving value. There's plenty of insurance money to be made, so no reason for us to keep it all to ourselves.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Dameron. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. And I want everyone to know that we have resources here too. Again, at savvy.producer.com, you can reach me on Instagram. Also, Jason at savvyproducer.com is my email. So yeah, I appreciate it again, Dameron. Looking forward to doing some more call sessions with you and give you some coaching. Want to be here for you and other people. And take care. Try to be a savvy producer. Do it. Have some courage. Get it.
Love it. Love it. Thanks for having me, Jason.
Yeah. See you, buddy.